and welcome to Intentional Living with Life Coach Robin May. This year, my theme, and what I hope you have embraced as your own, is that this is the year of the big reveal, unveiling the splendor of you. In case someone hasn't told you recently, you are marvelous. You are amazing. There are some gifts and strengths in you that the world needs, and it's time for those gifts to be revealed. Recently, I hosted my 4th annual Celebrating Sisterhood Luncheon, and during that time, I challenged the women to return to their rightful place at the center of the stage. And I want to encourage you to remember that you are the star of your own story. And when I say that, I know that that can seem lofty or it can just sound like another motivational speech. So I'm going to share with you some practical tips on how you can return to center stage. Number 1, I need you to identify when you got out of place in the first place. For far too long, you have allowed your understudy to get top billing. But now it is time for you to become the star of your story. But answer this question: when did I first dim my light? Most of us can remember the situation, the experience that caused us to begin to dim our light. I can share with you 3 specific instances for me that I know I began to dim my light. I don't want to take up too much time though, so I want you to identify, when did you first start to live out the watered down version of you? So many of us make excuses for why we can't live the best life that God has called us to live. Some of us are waiting until we lose the weight, until we get the next job, until we have the money, until we get the next degree. But I want you to stop waiting until. I want you to recognize that within you right now is what you need to start the process of living the abundant life, the life that has been promised to you. So question number 1, when did you first start to dim your light? Question number 2 is, have you learned how to set appropriate boundaries? For many of us, the reason we aren't the star of our own story is because we're making everyone else priority. Everyone else, everything else. If that is the theme of your life, it may mean that you haven't learned to set appropriate boundaries. And listen, I get it, because many of us are naturally caretakers. We are givers. We want to serve. But sometimes we serve to the point of becoming a victim to our own lives. You have to learn to set appropriate boundaries, because sometimes it is not your responsibility to swoop in and save the day. Sometimes we are making ourselves a crutch for other people. Learn how to set boundaries in your own life so that not only others can live the abundant life, you can as well. All right, I gave you the first 2 questions. Here's your 3rd question. Do you realize that this is bigger than you? Have you realized that this thing called life is bigger than you? You are a piece to a big puzzle. And when you step outside of the game, when you live your life backstage, it creates a void. It's a missing piece to the puzzle. But see, if you don't realize that it's bigger than you, you think that you have the luxury to live the watered down version of you. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have the luxury. I need you. Your children need you. The community needs you. You have to identify that the purpose of God that He has placed inside of you, it's bigger than you. And that when you say yes, you are helping to fulfill God's ultimate plan on earth. So, when I talk about you returning to your rightful place at the center of the stage, if you can answer those 3 questions, you will begin the process of returning back to your rightful place. I want to be clear. This is not about making you a celebrity, but it is about you being exactly who it is that God has created you to be. I I cannot wait for you to start to turn your light back up. I can't wait for you to begin to really shine. I want you to share with me the answer to any of those 3 questions right in the comments section. Let me know what resonates with you and what you are going to do differently. Again, this is Intentional Moments with Life Coach Robin May. Stay connected to us because each month I'm going to come and share with you some powerful information that will help you live your life intentionally and fully engaged.